Story time, right? Ready? Okay. We're going to talk about healthy relationships, right? Like, how do you maintain a healthy relationship? Like, a lot of us nowadays, we don't know how to keep up with the healthy relationship at all, like whatsoever. You know why? I'll tell you why right now. Communication. Communication is one of the toughest things to do. I feel like a lot of us I don't really want to include myself in a circle, because when you call out for things, then you do become it. So if I call myself a bad communicator, I will be a bad communicator. Communicating is a big part of a relationship, and communicating the right way as well, like making sure that you're not being disrespectful. So doing so respectfully is huge. Is either a lot of people come off as in like, oh, if I can't go off on you, then I'd rather not say anything, and it shouldn't be that way. Or it could be that you communicate and your partner gets upset at your emotions and how you're feeling, and it shouldn't be that way. The other person should not get upset because you're communicating with them, or you're letting them know how you feel and your emotions. They should be valuable, because that's what makes up a relationship, right? Emotions, how you're feeling, all of that contribute to part of a relationship. When the other person doesn't take your emotions into consideration, it becomes a really rough relationship, because you feel like you don't want to tell them anything. Like, why will you tell them anything if they're just gonna get upset at everything that you say? That's tough. I've been there. I've been in both sides, where you can't communicate with the person, and everything that you tell them, they take it as an offense. Rather than listening to you and becoming better, they take it as an offensive thing. In reality, it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that they need to feel offended by the things that you're telling them, because it's positive feedback that you're giving them in regards to like how you feel. You should react, take your emotions, and tell you, oh, okay, like, I understand you, let's work on it. How would you feel more comfortable? How can I make you feel better? Or just take different approach and, different action to making your partner feel better. Another thing to definitely not do when somebody is communicating what's bothering them is to not make an excuse. Like, I feel like us as women, or it could be like guys, whichever, it doesn't matter. I have a girlfriend. And whenever I'm communicating with her, I don't expect her to have an excuse for me. I just want to be heard about how I feel and why I feel that way. Sometimes we just want to be heard, like we all do. Listening, it goes both ways. And communication is not just talking, requires listening. For you to be an active listener, don't daze off, don't go into your phone and not start paying them attention. Like, I feel a lot of us have this tendency nowadays where it's just like we have so much attachment towards our phone, and that's a main reason why relationships lack communication. That's what takes all of your attention. Then it becomes a problem. And what's the issue? That when it gets communicated somehow, like, hey, I feel like, let's say the issue is like, I'm not getting enough attention, or maybe we're not having enough quality time, to put it better. We're not having enough quality time together. The other person's answer is like, okay, well, I work all day, I do this, da, da, da. There it goes, right? Excuses, reasons. And the other person doesn't bother to look into like, okay, like, how can I like use my time more adequately and dedicate my lover, my partner, more time. And that's when you look at how you're spending your time management. Something else that personally I feel that affects a lot of relationships, and I'm saying it from experience as well, lack of like doing different activities, or just being around different people, different groups, always connecting with different people. But sometimes people don't like being around the same people all the time. Like, it can get a little like draining, and life sometimes feels like it's revolving around in the same circle and there's nothing different going on. And that also affects a relationship tons. And no one ever wants to communicate that, because it's like, how do you explain to the other person, like, hey, it seems that we're always with your friends and da-da-da, like, you know, it sounds selfish, but it's part of communicating. If you love them and you want the relationship to work, you're going to communicate with them. Now, aside from communication, other things that also affect a relationship to take into consideration is mutual respect. It's a big one. Like, where do you find a gap between like respecting each other and also like being comfortable? And the truth of it is that you don't. You respect each other by not getting comfortable, right? And when I say that, what I mean by that is you can't get too comfortable to a point where you stop caring. It happens to a lot of my friends, which is like they get so comfortable they stop being who they are. You have to like, you know, still care about yourself and not be so comfortable you just stop giving a fuck about everything. Because like, not that they're not going to be attracted to you anymore, but if they met you like you caring about yourself, who you are, and looks, none of the looks matter, but impressions matter. The impressions that you make on people stay, right? So when you have a partner that doesn't care about impressions, it affects their whole image overall. So going back to the first point, the reason why I brought up like the thing between like where do you draw the line between respect and getting too comfortable, and it's like you don't. Another thing is respecting each other. Of course, like emotions and how you feel and things will change, because I have changed so much like throughout my relationships. If I thought something was okay in my last relationship, it's not okay on this new relationship. You learn to understand that that other person won't take those same things that the previous person did, or you know, because thank God we're all different and we don't date the same people. So if something's bothering your partner and maybe they do communicate it with you and you don't take action over it, then they begin to start disrespecting you, and then you begin to start disrespecting them more, and then it just keeps going back and forth like a whole battle. And what happens in battles, only one wins, or neither of them, and just everything that you guys have built and have worked for just gets destroyed. You know, that foundation of trust and faith in each other is just not there any longer, because what did you guys lack? Communication. I'm a big believer on like there's limits to how comfortable you get with someone. There's limits to how you treat someone. Sometimes people, they tempt that when they start a relationship, they're like, you know, everything's cute, and that's fine. Eventually you start getting more comfortable, but don't start treating them like they're your sibling, because they're not. You guys weren't raised together. You guys came together because you guys liked each other. You guys saw something in each other that you guys liked, and you guys consider each other so you guys could build something. But when you're talking to somebody, you should always watch out how you're talking to them. Don't think that it's okay for you to talk to them a certain way because you're dating them, or you guys been dating for like the past 7 years and that's how they are and that's how their character is and this and that. No, not at all. Like, it's not. I'm telling you, this is my belief. This is what I've learned from like life and just past experiences. You have to not get too comfortable in a relationship. Like, yes, get comfortable, but you guys get what I'm saying. There's limits to comfortability and respecting like boundaries and each other. Something else that I consider a huge part, and I know that all of you guys agree with me on this, is dates. You guys can't stop dating each other ever. It makes you feel amazing to be able to date, and that's where the communication happens. You guys go on a nice cute little date, not just going to McDonald's. I don't honestly consider that a date. I don't think anybody wants to go there. Oh yeah, we had breakfast yesterday morning. Like, yeah, it's cute, of course. Everything is appreciated in a relationship, especially with somebody that you love so much. Going out on dates, and both of you being able to dress up, see each other so nice and like casually outside enjoying. You guys got dressed up for each other for an occasion, for a date, is amazing, and that just brings a big boost to a relationship for sure. Okay guys, so I finished my makeup. Now let's try on the fit and see how that works out. Okay guys, so this is the final part of the outfit. Makeup is done. This is the whole fit. Cute. Is it given or not? But yes, guys, feel welcome to comment below and leave any thoughts and how you guys feel in regards to the topic. Okay, stay tuned and subscribe.